am Wuta Fahari, and this is Embers and Insights. For those of you who this is your first time visiting with us, welcome. We are so glad that the universe has led you to this side of the tarot world. If you are a returning friend, welcome back. We are so glad that you have decided to delight us with your presence around the campfire again. Today, we will be doing a live poll regarding a question that just keeps coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we will pull together and we will discuss this question and allow the source to explain to us why this keeps happening in our lives. And so let's settle in. Let's get comfy. Sip on whatever you choose to sip on. It's your choice. And let's allow the embers to glow and the insights to flow. One card, one lesson, one beautiful moment at a time. So let's get started. Everywhere I go, I keep getting some of the same question. It's posed to me in different ways, but it's exactly the same question. In the grocery store, at the mall, in my comment section, my friends are talking about it. It just keeps reemerging. So I thought this may be something there may be something to this. There's an energy around us when everybody is starting to have the same question. Not everybody, but a great number of the people. The question that I keep getting from everyone is, why is my past choosing to reemerge all of a sudden? Why is my ex knocking at my door? Why are past friends from the past coming forward and coming into the forefront? Why is it that job that I walked out on, or that job that let me go because they just didn't have enough room for me, or they were closing that department, and maybe we didn't leave in, maybe it wasn't sweet parting, maybe there was a little bit of roughage around the edges with the departure and we didn't depart in a good way, but all of a sudden this is showing back up. And so why is my past choosing to re-emerge now? That thing that I thought I released, that thing that I thought I had let go of, that thing that we had been talking about in months gone by, releasing that thing that no longer serves you. I thought I released it. I thought I let it go. I haven't seen it in a while and it has come back to the forefront. So why is that happening? And so let's go to the tarot to find out why. Okay? So we will be shuffling, pulling cards, and then we will talk about the numerology in the cards, the symbolism in the cards, the suit of the cards, the speed of that suit, and just the overall meaning of each card. And then we pull it all together in the end to answer the question, why is my past all of a sudden starting to re-emerge? And one more time. Excellent. The deck into two so that we can handle it a little bit better. I am looking for jumpers. Why is my past re-emerging all of a sudden? Everywhere I turn, there's an X this, or an X that, or it used to be this, or it used to be that. That friend that I let go of because we just weren't on the same paths. Why is my past choosing to re-emerge at this moment? Oh my goodness. this deck. Our next half of the deck. And again, I separate them because although my hands are very long fingers, I still tend to mishandle the cards when I try to handle too many at one time. So I use smaller number of cards to shuffle. And last time. Why is my past choosing to re-emerge right now? Why? And I'm really starting to hear. Boom. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Lovers. So let's talk about it. Talk about it, girl. Okay. So we're going to start with the Queen of Cups. There is not a particular number associated with this card. And just so you know, the decks that I am using are presented in a link below. So if you want to check those out, they're right below. Just click on the link and shop away. Queen of Cups. When we look at the Queen of Cups, we first talk about, because I don't see a number associated with this card, so I'm going to skip the numerology, but I am going to talk about Cups. Cups is slow moving energy. Cup energy is the second slowest moving. Earth would be the slowest. So when we talk about Cups, we are talking about things happening in a matter of months to a year, or weeks to a month. And so you can expect this energy in a few months to show up in your presence, or maybe a few weeks, or like I said, a few months. And so it's slow moving energy. When we talk about cup energy is that very emotional energy. Now, when we talk about emotions, a lot of times people think crying, unstable energy. That is not what we mean when we talk about cups. Cups is very stable, very sure of itself, very powerful. Cup energy, when we say emotional, we mean emotional intelligence. We mean that energy that is in tune with what we have going on subconsciously. It is in tune with our intuition. It knows without seeing the data. It knows without seeing the proof. It just knows in what I call your knower. It is that deep understanding deep within. Cup energy is also nurturing energy. It is supportive energy. It is that energy of divine feminine. And when we couple that with the fact that it is a Queen of Cups, Queen energy is nurturing, it is supportive, it is that familiar spirit, that mother spirit, that spirit of, I know who you are, I know what you need, and I am guiding you. I do have high expectations of you, but I am meeting you where you are because I know you so well that I know what you need at this time to get the best out of you. When we see the symbolism of this on this card, we see a queen sitting on her throne, and she is holding a cup with her feet near water. When you see an individual in water, touching water, or associated with water, It is talking about getting in tune with your subconsciousness. It is about talking about getting in tune with your inner needs. It is talking about healing and support and love and being emotionally intelligent and being emotionally stable. So this card is about compassion. It is about comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotional stability, intuitiveness, and caring. Why is my past showing up all of a sudden? The next card we see is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands. When you see the number four, once again, we're talking about stability. And so there's that message, there's that idea being presented again, something being stable, something being solid. The number four is about completeness and foundation and power. It is also about progressing. When we see wand energy, this is the energy of transformation. It is the energy of going from one thing into the other thing. It is the energy of moving forward in life and progressing in life. It is energy of courage and desire and like I said, moving forward. It is swift. Wand energy is that energy that is the second fastest. And when we see wand energy, we're talking about energy that is moving so fast that we're talking about a matter of days to a week. So that's how quick we're talking about this energy moving into our life. So here we have in this symbolism the wands with a couple who appear to be have joined in some type of union, and they are celebrating this union. You have the a building behind them and people behind them, so it suggests that the community is supporting this union. So this card is about celebration and joy and harmony. It is about marriage and home and community and a homecoming. Again, why is my past showing up? The next card is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a court card, just like the Queen of Cups. They're coming into our space. This individual who is presenting themselves to us, this is how they are showing up, or how we are showing up in a situation when we see court cards. The suit of the card is sword. Sword energy is extremely cerebral. So before we talked about Queen of Cups, and that energy was emotional energy, emotional intelligence. Queen energy is that energy of intellectual knowledge. It is that energy of, this is the data, this is what I've gathered, this is what I've synthesized the data into, and this is the information that I received based on that energy. Based on that information that I received. That sword energy is very, again, intellectual. It is thinking with our minds and not our hearts. It is making decisions based on the data. It is planning. It is analytical energy. When you look at the symbolism of the card, you see a queen sitting on her throne. When you see queen energy sitting on her throne, as we stated before, it is energy of, yes, I have high expectations. Yes, I am ruling. Yes, I have a prescription for how things should go. There are boundaries that have been set, but I approach them in a nurturing way. I approach them in a way of support, giving you the opportunity and nurturing in you your God-given or your birthright abilities that you have and your purpose on this planet. And I'm able to identify those things and get the best out of you because I know you, because I've nurtured you, because I support you. And when you see, you also see in this, the symbolism, her hand out right, which is indicative of asking for information, but that information that she's asking for, she needs honesty and she needs truth. That is also represented with the sword held high and upright. It is truth and justice, and truth in justice, and wanting to know the truth about a matter, the actual information, the actual data about a matter. It's not a emotional, this is what I need from you type of energy. It is, give me the information, give me the data, and we'll deal with it based on what we know. So this card is about unbiased judgment. It is about independence. It is about setting clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-mindedness, and being perceptive. Again, why is my past starting to emerge? And finally, we have the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is a major arcana card. Major arcana cards are those cards of crossroads in our lives. It is about making decisions. It is about, I'm in this place, I come to a point of needing to make a decision. Which way do I go? This card is represented by the number 6. So that numerology of the number 6, when we see the number 6, we're going to always talk about harmony. The number 4 was about stability. And then now the number 6 is about creating harmony in a situation. It is about balance and is about responsibility. In this card, when we look at the symbolism of this card, it is very interesting. The symbolism is, you see the sun and you see an angel. When you see the sun and an angel, it is always going to be about an enlightenment, and it's going to be, when we add that angel in there, it is about divine enlightenment. It is about divine knowledge. We also see a feminine spirit and a masculine spirit. You will see that the masculine spirit is focused on the female, and the female or the feminine spirit is focused on the divine, and it shows the order of things, where the male, not the male, the masculine, because it's neither male nor female, the masculine energy, the masculine entity is focused on the physical, what I can manipulate or experience with my 5 senses. What can I see? What can I smell? What can I taste? What can I hear? And what can I feel? The feminine spirit is focused on the subconsciousness and the intuition and the divine connection. And what is it that I can receive through my emotional intelligence, through my submissiveness to the divine spirit. And so this card shows a great balance, and the number 6 is about balance and harmony. It shows a great balance between the divine and the physical, the subconscious and the consciousness of things in life. This card is about love and harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, and choice, and the strength of two together. Why is my past deciding to show up now? When we look at the Lover's card, we see an individual or an entity. It may even be a place of employment or an employer. It could be a romantic partner or even a friendship. But what this card is showing is that that individual, that entity that we are talking about, the thing that is coming back into your life, the thing that is showing up after a period of time, this individual, this company, this person, this friend, they have taken the time to step back and they have done what they think is shadow work. And they have worked through some processes. They have worked through their thinking. They have worked through their past hurt. They have worked through whatever they felt like needed to be addressed. And they have now started the process of healing those things and coming out on the other side. So they feel like they have done the work. They feel like they have aligned. And in this alignment, they have discovered some truths. And these truths are showing them things that not only that they need to heal, but things that they need to release and things that they need to grab hold of. It's almost like the number 10, because we talk about the number 10 in numerology all the time. And the number 10 is when things are coming to an end, things are ceasing to exist as they are, and they are showing up in a way of it is time to release. It is time to let go. It is time to release those things that no longer serve you and to grab hold of the thing that will help you to grow and help you to progress on your journey, because we're all on a journey that you need now to help you progress on this journey. And I always think of life as this journey that is progressing towards an end. And we always come to these crossroads, which are these major arcana cards. And when we get to these crossroads, we have to make a decision. When we come to the crossroad, there are individuals and there are things that we bring with us. And when we meet this crossroads, there are individuals and there are things and there is energy that is already there. So when we get there, we bring things with us and we meet things there. And so at this crossroad here of the Lovers card, we have to decide those things that we brought with us. Will we take them on with us, or will we release them right here where they are? And that energy and those things that we meet at that crossroad, will we enjoy them there and move on? Or will we take them unto our bosom and take them forward with us? So it's very many decisions that have to be made at this crossroad. But the thing about it is it can be sad, but it also can be celebratory. It can be, and here we are with this Four of Wands that we talked about, celebration. It can be celebratory. It can be okay, I'm here and I have chosen those things that I'm bringing with me. I've chosen to leave and release you right here because you're no longer serving me. You can do that with joy. You can do that Four of Wands with joy and celebration, thanking that thing or that person for what they've taught you, what you've learned from them, what you have imparted in them, and what they have imparted in you. You can celebrate those things that you meet right there and enjoy them right there, and enjoy the community, enjoy the harmony, enjoy the alignment right there, and leave them there. Or you can pull them to your bosom and take them with you. And so the individuals are the things that are showing up now that are from your past have decided in their sorting and shifting through all of this information that it is time for them they have decided that they want to take you forward with them, that you are beneficial to their journey or where they are starting to go. I'm not saying that they're right or they're wrong or they are misunderstood or you should go with them or you shouldn't go with them. I'm saying that in their work of alignment, in their work of shifting and sorting, they have now decided that they want to partner with you in some way. They want to align with you in some way. And their choice is that there is strength in their union with you, that there is benefit in their union with you. They, now you in this, in their decision, also have a decision to make. You have to shift like they have shifted. Focus on those things that you want and those things that you need and what is best serving you right now. And that is that Queen of Swords. We're not emotional about this. We are not upset with anybody. We are strictly looking at the information. We are using a clear mind. We are standing back. We are shifting and sorting. We're synthesizing and we're breaking it into its smaller parts. This is who I am. This is what I need. This is what will benefit me now. And this is what no longer serves me. And judge that. And that Queen of Swords is about unbiased judgment. Standing back and judging it clearly based on the data. This is what this thing that's coming back in my life, this is what it offers. Make no mistake about it. I know this thing. I've seen this thing. I have a history with this thing. I know it's in and out. I know what it's going to say and why it's going to say it. I know the beginning. I know the end at the beginning. And then I make a clear, unbiased, a clear-minded, unbiased decision, Queen of Swords, of whether or not this is something that I want. And then once I do that, I directly and clearly communicate, this is my decision. And that is where some of us are missing it. This Queen of Swords is about having a clear mind and directly communicating our needs and setting clear boundaries. And a lot of times your past is showing up because you have not directly communicated and you have not set clear boundaries. And that's whether it's a yes or a no. No one is telling you to say no. What I'm saying is the Queen of Swords is saying, figure out what it is, look at the data, look at the information, synthesize that data, make an unbiased judgment, an unbiased decision, but then do what you haven't done before. Set clear boundaries and clearly communicate those boundaries. Again, stop pussyfooting around. Stop trying to be nice and stop trying to say, I don't want the drama. The drama is going to be even more drama if you don't set boundaries. The thing that's coming back doesn't know what the boundaries are unless you are clear about them, unless you clearly state your boundaries. And it's something you got to do alone. That there's that word independent. You can't count on other people to communicate your boundaries to another person. You have to be very clear because only you know what you need, what you want, and what your boundaries are and what you will and will not accept. So positive, negative, whatever it looks like to you, the Queen of Swords is saying, have a clear mind, figure out what it is, figure out what you need, figure out what you will accept, judge it unbiasedly, and then be very direct in your communication and set clear boundaries. And if you haven't done that, that is another reason why your past continues to show up. And then finally, the Queen of Cups lets us know we can set those clear boundaries in love. You don't have to be ugly with people. You can have compassion. You can always remain calm. You can be nurturing, but allow them to understand that for your healing and your continued healing, and for their healing and their continued healing and their progression and your progression, and so that both of you remain emotionally stable, because that's what the Queen of Cups is also about. This boundary has to be here. This is what I will accept and this is what I won't accept. This is the relationship I choose to have with you, but be kind and be compassionate with that. And do it yourself. Don't send a messenger, because messages get convoluted when they don't come from the source. When we keep passing them through, it's kind of like that cup game that we all played when we were a kid. It was called something like gossip or something. You would tell your friend a secret and whisper it to them in their ear, and then they would tell the person next to them, and they would tell the person next to them, and then by the time it got to the end, it may be a very different message. So the Queen of Swords is reminding us that when we set these clear boundaries and we are direct in our communication, direct also means directly to the person that is intended for, and don't send a messenger because you are concerned about communicating with that person. Your communication and your boundaries will not be clear unless they come from you. Why is my past showing itself now? Because your past has decided that it has done the work, it has put in the time, it has decided that harmony and love and alignment is in its best interest, and that is found in you. Your job is to decide what it is that you put in your vortex, what it is you have prayed for to manifest, and trust that that thing is in process and it will show up in due time. Rightly divide the truth, rightly divide the information that you see before you. What do you know about this past thing? And judge it unbiasedly. And then once you judge it and you have decided on what it is and what is in your best interest, do not lack confidence. Do not be afraid to take action. Set clear boundaries and have direct communication. Don't send a messenger. Set those clear boundaries with your own mouth, and make sure that when you do so, you are compassionate, you are nurturing, you are supportive, but that you are very clear and that you are very direct in your communication. Always, again, watch your words, watch your thoughts, because you become what you think. When you think it, you end up speaking it. When you speak it, you practice it. When you practice it, it becomes your habit. And when it becomes your habit, it becomes who you are. So your past is showing up because it has rightly divided what is right for it. You have to then decide, is it right for you? And be very clear with what you come up with, and make sure that you do that in love. And watch your words, watch your thinking, because that becomes who you are. So thank you so much. This is tonight's flicker from the flame. May the wisdom of the tarot that we receive tonight linger with you long after the candles have burned low. And may the embers that we stirred tonight guide you gently back to you. If you like this video, if it has been a blessing to you or resonated with you in any way, don't forget to like and share with someone else. And please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any future calls from Around the Flame. Again, I am Wuta Fahari, and this has been Embers and Insights. Bye-bye.